Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Please take your seat.
Thank you, sir.
You are from Nizamabad.
Yes, sir.
Your subject is
Anthropology, sir.
anthropology and the postgraduate have done.
No, sir. I am an electrical and electronics graduate
That's a
engineer.
graduate. You are offered anthropology.
Civil, very
Optional subject is
Optional,
anthropology. Yes.
Which year did you completed your engineering?
2017, sir.
2017. After that, what have you been doing?
Sir, I am pursuing my hobbies and preparing full time for civil services.
What are your hobbies?
So usually I teach kids in the neighborhood and I watch some biopics and I do reflective writing.
You have not taken up any regular job anywhere.
No, sir.
No. So it's almost quite long time, 5 years.
Yes, sir.
Not thought of any job.
So initially I was like, I'll prepare full time for civil services. I'll completely dedicate and put my energies into it. I thought after few attempts I'll take up a job, sir, if needed.
Is your first attempt or what?
So it is my fourth attempt and second interview.
Second interview.
Yes.
When did you go interview last?
Sorry, sir.
When was your last interview?
It was on September 23rd, sir.
23.
Yes, sir.
Can you introduce yourself?
Yes, sir. So my name is Neha Arugula. I am from Nizamabad district of Telangana. I completed my electrical and electronics graduation in Vishveshwaraya National Institute of Technology, Nagpur, and after that I am preparing for civil services.
What is this EV policy?
Sorry, sir.
EV policy.
Electric vehicles policy. Sir, basically right now India's basic automobile industry is driven by IC engines. So to replace them with electric vehicles, at the national level we have come up with EV policy, and also at the state level, like Telangana has come up with a special EV policy to increase that adoption rates. So it helps in decreasing the carbon emissions and thereby ensure a greener world.
How many states in India have introduced the EV policy?
Many states have introduced, sir. Sir, I'm not sure of the number, but Delhi has introduced one, Karnataka did, and last year for this decade 2021 to 2030, Telangana has come up with. I'm not sure of the numbers, so sorry.
You are an engineer, sorry. Is it absolutely safe, this electric vehicles?
So recently there are news coming up that the batteries are
Today morning
blowing
also
up.
saw a news,
Yes, sir.
some battery exploded, a person died.
Even in my district there was a unfortunate death that
Why it
happened.
is happening like that? We have no idea.
So still there has been a special committee that has been put up on the same issue, but the incipient basic reports, preliminary reports do say that firstly the batteries are not suitable to the Indian temperatures, because the temperatures range wide across from 20 to 40 degrees, 45 and 50 degrees in summers. That may be the one reason. And secondly, due to lithium ion batteries that are being used, which are more prone to breakouts in the higher temperatures, is the second reason. And thirdly, at the global level, AS 156 are the standards used, which we adopted, Indians adopted directly, but I think those standards have to be tweaked to the Indian standards, depending on the temperatures. That has to be changed,
They
sir.
have not done any such exercise.
No, sir, we did not. We directly adopted the global standards, which is a kind of slight.
Not very much suitable for
Yes,
us.
sir.
What are the incentives available for an EV, for adopting EV vehicles?
Yes, sir. Firstly, FAME policy has been come up at the central level.
What is FAME?
Yes, sir. Faster adoption of manufacturing of EV vehicles. It basically has their first phase to increase the adoption rate, and right now we are in the second phase where 10,000 crores are allocated to the industry to increase, directly give input subsidies and incentives to the manufacturing sector, and also increase the adoption rate of EVs, sir.
For the purchaser? Or purchase
While
of-
purchasing, yes, sir. Basically, the EVs are bit costlier due to the 50% cost of a battery themselves. So, to decrease that cost when compared to the conventional vehicles, some discounts are given, sir, under the FAME policy. For example, the Uber pooling system, the Uber kind of giant users are given some incentives to buy those vehicles.
What about tax benefits?
Yes, sir. Road tax benefits and privileges, and even at the time of disposal of a vehicles which are already done with the time, are also given some road
Registration
benefits.
fee.
Yes, sir. Registration
Or
fee, And even the electricity is given at a subsidized rate in states like Telangana. Separate electricity rates are provided for EV vehicles. Many such advantages are given to basically break that initial inertia to adopt EV vehicles.
For e-vision,
Yes, sir.
incentive as an incentive.
What are the challenges in the implementation of this policy?
Sir, firstly, it is that adoption, sir. People did not viably accept EV as a vehicle, and even right now, when we are trying to adopt, the news like burning out is one such impediment. Secondly, the EV battery costs, sir. Firstly, it costs about 50% of the whole vehicle, and the time it is required to get the charge or the lack of charging infrastructure. The whole issue associated with battery replacement is the second challenge, sir. And thirdly, like the kind of technology that we have to improve in to make it equally viable like that of a conventional vehicle is the third challenge.
You said, you got silver medal in SR items.
Yes, sir.
AP pollution board.
Yes, sir.
What is this industrial pollution? Do you have any idea about industrial pollution?
Yes, sir. During manufacturing or any industry, while its processes are going on, a lot of unwanted materials, pollutants do get released in a certain quantities, sir. So for this, central level norms are established to ensure that they are within certain limits, or they are processed before they are let into environment.
How are going to tackle it? Because we hear in each urban area, a lot of problems in industrial pollution. How are you going to tackle it?
Sir, having a customized set of pollution norms at the district
Norms are
level.
available.
Yes, sir. But I think implementation of those norms, ensuring that there is proper monitoring, have to be ensured at the district level, sir. Being at the position of a DM or anything like that, one has to ensure that those norms are implemented in the right spirit. For this, automated technology can be used where the sensors at the industry levels can be directly updated to a centralized monitoring authority, and direct compliance is established in certain ways. So technology can be of huge help in this.
Any other solution?
I think incentives can be provided, sir, for the adoption of cleaner emission technologies. For example, in a thermal based power plant, if we provide right incentives for people to take up defiltration process, desulfurization process beforehand, so the incentives can very much make people make industry owners compliant to the norms we are putting up, rather than it being a burden to them. Because right now, for example, more than 25-year-old thermal plants are not getting decommissioned, because it is very much easy for them to run them rather than replace it with a newer plant. So I think if the incentives are placed rightly, this can be changed, sir.
What about this coal pollution? Coal is not only sulfur, but also carbon is there.
Yes, sir.
Heavy carbon concentration.
Yes, sir.
What is the technology available for that now?
Yes,
We
sir.
can't do without coal in our
Yes,
country. We don't have any other alternative.
Yes, sir.
And that to substandard coal.
Yes, sir.
The good coal is not available now
Yes,
from Indonesia and other sources.
Yes, sir.
So what is the solution to that?
So there can be different solutions. Firstly, at the using level itself, carbon washing can be done, and that can be done. And the second level, once the carbon is emitted, technologies like carbon capture and storage,
Yes.
which basically takes away the carbon emissions right from the emission level, and processes it into stores it in the form of any container, can be directly discharged into the ocean or under the ground.
Is it being implemented somewhere?
Sir, I think some pilot projects are being run in some Scandinavian countries. I am not sure of.
Like and subscribe Eagle Media Works.